what's up? Thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we are looking at your weekly tarot. So obviously Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross watchers welcome. You know, everyone can join the party at this channel. I always just feel like if the message is meant for you, it will resonate, right? We all embody all the energies of the zodiac, no matter what our star sign is, you know. So I think, I believe in collective conscious, and that's how we're going to start the day today, Libra. All right, hope you guys are doing well. Always sending love and blessings. Like I said, these are collective readings, so just make sure it resonates. We go for the highest and best message. Fair and balanced. What is the best way to understand, grow, and heal? I love that. Healthy choices. And that's exactly what you're doing. You know, that's why that energy is coming through around that focus of just being your best sense of self. This is not easy, right? Like, I mean, it's way easier to live in your ego and say F you to everyone around you, you know, especially when you're hurt or you feel shafted but I think that like taking that initiative to make healthy choices and decisions for yourself is imperative with what you're building on and what you're growing. And unfortunately, that does mean that you have to cut some things loose. Things that you might love and cherish and are important to you, Libra, you know, but things that you know just don't serve you. I mean, here's the thing, and I think I'm going to do a video on this probably after these readings. But, you know, I've been contemplating a lot on like legit, like how do we calculate the law of attraction? How do we make sure, because I come across, you know, so much of my clientele, myself included, like I am thinking that, I do believe that, you know, but yet that thing that we're working to gravitate towards isn't specifically manifesting. And it really means that constant, I mean, really it's about saying no more often than not. And I feel like it's actually bringing in blessing, in my opinion, Libra, you know? Yeah. Because it is this complete understanding of what it means that our outside world, what is happening to us, the people, places, and things, is reflective of our internal environment. Again, I know that's a big pill to swallow, right? Because of course, we want to blame everyone for everything or justify. Maybe I shouldn't even say blame. It's just justification. Well, I did that because that person did or said that or whatever. And like, yeah, that's fine. It's fine. It's life. But I think at the same time, it's also this value of like, you only have control over yourself. So you have to check your actions. And it shows that the more you're making these healthy, beautiful. The more you're making these healthy decisions for yourself and really just being honest and candid with yourself about what is working and what is not, and saying no to the things that aren't working, it's like, boom, boom shakalaka. I feel like this lightning is, you know, a positive change. It's like I've been having that mantra in my mind lately, like anything can change in a second, in an instant, right? Like you could get that email, call, text, you could get that, win that big prize, good juju for the lottery, anybody who plays, right? You know, but that's kind of what it is about. It's about tapping into this level of pure abundance. And to me, I do see you working with specific situations, for sure, around this. And all it's going to do is bring in what is in alignment. It's like the people that want to work with you, that want to be surrounded by your energy, that vibe with what you're bringing to the table, whether that's love, whether that's, you know, business, career, family, friends, etc., community. You know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of part of what's been in my mind a lot, you know, and I think this is what the video is going to be around, is just how relationships do really dictate what we're manifesting, right? And that is that judgment, that is that wake-up call, 110%. This is that energy of having the epiphany, the aha moment, whether we like it or not, whether it's like, oh shoot, I trusted someone I shouldn't have, or oh, this is how I have to do it. I mean, both of those things lead to that solution. The solution of cutting out the BS, the stuff that is not in alignment with what you're trying to do. Excuse me, something just fell. Yeah. I mean, it's Six of Wands. And you know, this card to me is a little selfish in the energy. But I think sometimes we need to be selfish, especially when we are going after certain goals that we're working to manifest. And there's your energy right there, Libra, that Knight of Blades. This is all about kind of setting the stage for your potential. You're going after what you want. And something has happened to you that's made you realize, hey, I've maybe not been doing it the right way. Maybe I've been trying to, you know, I mean, there's a myriad of things. Like it's when we're choosing things out of our own ego, wanting to please others, wanting to fit in, you know, whatever it is. Those are obviously decisions that are not based on authentically what we want. And when we recognize those things, obviously, we're able to take into account what we need to heal, where we need to put our time and our energy. Because at the end of the day, and this is not a Debbie Downer statement, I promise, but like we do only have ourselves to rely on. And again, not in that way to say F you to everyone else, but in that validation that when times get tough, we need to be our own best friend. We need to be our own best advocate, our own self-support. And the more we try to appease others by our choices through our actions, the more that is going to actually inhibit our progress. That's where that Knight of Cups energy comes through. I think the message for you, Libra, is twofold. It's dealing with people, people, places, and things that maybe have the best intention, but their follow through is really subpar. And then also seeing where your intention has fallen flat, where you maybe might know better a little bit, because here's the thing, you're smart, right? The Knight of Swords, in my opinion, you know, he's the guy, like in the traditional tarot, that like strategizes and plans like the wars and the solutions and blah, blah, blah. And that person has to be pretty smart. They have to know their enemy. They have to know the best routes, you know, to like, I don't know anything about that stuff, but you know, I'm sure you can imagine, right? And so that's just basically saying like, you are smart, air sign, it's intellect, it's our mental energy. There's that magician for you right there, governed by Mercury. So it's like, again, with that intellect, that understanding, you know, really bringing into manifestation what you want. You have all this power. And I think that this Knight of Cups energy isn't as much saying like, shame on you for not doing it right. This is more like you haven't listened to your intuition in the way that you needed to. Your gut instincts told you what you were dealing with. And I feel like that's why it's easier to connect with these healthier choices for you, Libra. Yeah. But you're in the midst of it. It's big change. Like the death is no joke, right? Because it is complete rebirth. It is Phoenix energy. It is burning out the old to bring in the new. And that's very powerful. Major arcana are always big changes in our life. what is really challenging us in a way that's making us stronger, teaching us some hard lessons. You know, it's ruled by the 8th house of death and rebirth. And I feel like it's forcing other people to look at you differently, changing perspective, and in a way that maybe they didn't want to see it. They're seeing how they limited themselves, right? Six of Swords. Sorry, I'm laughing because I was like critiquing my videos and I say, you know, a lot. And so I'm like, I'm really going to work on that today. And now I just keep saying, right? Side note, sorry. Thank you for listening. But you know, this is talking about how the situation that you're dealing with is, they're seeing things differently too. And I feel like it's from that work, from the effort that you've been putting into yourself. I think there's a better understanding. And you might not be getting the validation for that. They might not be coming out and saying, well done, high five, congratulations, pat on the back. But I do feel like they are reflecting and seeing for themselves the places that they were limiting themselves, that maybe they were putting themselves in a bind. Yeah, that communicated, but it hasn't come through yet for you, Libra. That conversation hasn't been had. This does make me feel like it is going to come through, though. And this is deep. This is someone that you do have a strong bond, a strong connection with. But very interesting because, is this new energy coming in for you? Okay. I want both. All right, so Justice, okay, and okay, 3 of Coins. So this is a lot about, like, there's still something, a situation going on in the background for you right now that I feel like has to work itself out. This person or situation that you're dealing with, that where there isn't communication, I feel like they are a part of this energy. 3 of Pentacles, Justice. It could be people that we work with, business, contracts, legal system. But this is really kind of just needing something to evolve a little bit, because this Knight of Coins, you could be coupled with Earth energy. That's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have Gemini as well with the Lovers. Gemini as well with Magician has shown. Sorry. Okay. Focus. But for some reason, this person, place, or thing is struggling to have this conversation with you. They're taking their time. Maybe they're kind of, you know, acknowledging some things to themselves, but like I said, not really having that conversation with you. I do feel like this conversation is going to pop up with that lightning energy that was showcasing itself. And I do think you'll have some aha moments. I hate that phrase. Sorry. I'm trying to like be a little bit more articulate, as I said. So, you know, I do think some things will be reflected back to you, but this also does feel to me, Libra, that you're not, you're still self-protecting. And I don't think that's a bad thing, because to me it feels like these are situations that you've already let go of, because it hasn't been 100% honoring to who you are. And this person might know this, and that's also why they're limiting themselves and what they say, the conversation that they say to you. They're kind of waiting to see how things move forward with that 6 of Swords, right? And how we talked about, I feel like they're trying to prove something to you. Maybe like they might work well with you through this situation, trying to prove they're showing up on your team, like, hey, I'm on your side, so I'm going to do X, Y, and Z to set the stage. I'm not necessarily going to come and say it to your face, but I will try to present a united front until this deliberation day happens. And that's kind of that value of when things come to head, right? When they climax. But I feel like, I think that the main question for you, Libra, is it in alignment with what you want? And it feels like not so much. Like that's the energy that I keep getting. It might be a hard thing for you to admit. I mean, okay, let me just clarify. Is that mine or is that Libra's? Okay, yeah. I mean, I think it's just, you know, unfortunately, what you are dealing with has been too self-protected, has drawn some strong boundaries in the sand. I think it's brought a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear. We have this earth energy popping up again, a little bit more mature this time, as opposed to that Knight of Coins. But I'm kind of hearing it as, like, unfortunately, this person is kind of like blind to their own creature comforts. I think that they understand. I mean, that's exactly how we were saying it right off the bat, right? And what I'm feeling is they get it, they see it, they understand it, but they're too afraid to acknowledge that, you know? No shade to them. Yep, there's that blanket card, which is all about like how we find our comfort, how we find our protection. And no shade to whatever you're dealing with. We all do it, right? We all want to self-protect. No one wants to get hurt, you know? Obviously, this is the Libra reading, so I'm working to have it from, you know, speak it from that viewpoint. And you know, if the situation's reversed, if you're the person that's not coming out and speaking whatever you need to this person. But it also looks like, you know, Libra, your energy's moving through things with a fine-tooth comb, really putting this focus in order for you to have this success around what you're manifesting. This Cupid's arrow, to me, this feel, you know, that's kind of like Cupid delivering our ideal, our perfect situation in life, whether that's love, whether that's abundance, career, yeah. And a lot of times that stuff does come through the toxic BS, you know? I mean, mushrooms are phenomenal. They're incredibly intelligent, super medicinal, amazing for our brain function. They're like the closest thing to our DNA as humans, which is pretty badass, right? Or, you know, awesome. Sorry. But they grow in dirt, you know, and it's that it's like the analogy of the lotus. We have to grow through the muck in order to have this brilliant, vibrant thing, which is you, Libra. And, you know, I feel like this is really talking about how you are reflecting on what you are attracting, what situations you're getting yourself into with people, places, and things, how people are showing up, and better aligning with what you want to manifest, because that's the practical side of the law of attraction. We have to say no to the things that don't work for us in order to say yes to the things that do. I will end with that cheesy quote, you know, or line, whatever. I don't know who said it. So thank you so much for your time and energy, Libra. I'm wishing you the best. I hope that this helps navigate through whatever you're going through. Definitely give me a shout out if you're interested in a personal reading, energy healing, wellness consult. I love supporting in the highest and best way possible. All right, guys, lots of love, lots of blessings. See you soon.